On this playoff edition of Crustacean Nation, the high-flying Red Claws make an impressive postseason run. But they're not the only high flyers the Boston Celtics sent to the Expo.
In 10 years, if one guy makes it and he becomes like a bona fide player on your roster, that investment is so worth it.
We go one-on-one with Celtics legend Brian Scalabrine on his very first trip to a Red Claws game. And the Dancing Bear arrives. We catch up with Celtics top prospect Gershon Yabusele after the big man made a big impact with the Red Claws. The Red Claws' playoff history was not a storied one. Maine had been to the playoffs 3 separate times and had never won a single game, 0 for 6 all time. The Claws changed all that in their opening round game at Fort Wayne in dramatic fashion.
Jackson on a screen, drives all the way through, gets it! We have a tie scored!
Demetrius Jackson dropped 30 points, helping the Claws erase a major deficit and head to overtime. In OT, DJ and the Claws took over. The Red Claws came out with a 110-106 win and a dramatic first ever playoff victory. The series shifted to the Portland Expo, where a rowdy Expo crowd got to see Gershon Yabusele in action for the first time ever. Despite Jordan Mickey's 27 points, the Claws missed a shot at the buzzer, losing 111-110 and forcing a decisive Game 3. And what a game it was. Maine trailed by 1 going into the 4th. Jalen Jones scored 30 points. Rookie of the Year Abdul Nader added 28, and Yabusele with 26 off the bench. Red Claws win it 124-119, advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time ever. The second round series with Raptors 905 didn't go as planned. Jordan Mickey put up big numbers, but the 905 overpowered the Red Claws, sweeping the series and eventually winning the NBA D-League championship. Still, an unprecedented run for the Maine Red Claws. The team carries that exciting momentum into the 2017-18 season, where big changes are coming for the league. The future is indeed very bright.
Well, Evans, the season may be over, but what a run it was for the Maine Red Claws, getting further than ever before.
It was such an exciting finish to the season. Atlantic Division champions again, into the playoffs, finally get over the hump and win their first ever playoff game, that Game 1, of course, naturally, in overtime in Fort Wayne. What a thrilling way to do it, and then come back to the Expo and win that series and advance to the conference finals for the first time ever. It was just such an unbelievable experience.
You could see how much it meant for not only the Red Claws players and this fan base, but also someone like Scott Morrison, who's been with this team for the last 3 years. And then, of course, everyone in the front office, too, who have been part of this organization for 8 years. It's been quite a run.
Well, make no mistake about it, Scott Morrison wanted to win a playoff game. He told it to the team in the locker room during the season. That was one of his goals, was to have some playoff success. He'd had success in the regular season, obviously, and the playoffs was the next step, and they were able to achieve that, and no question about it, everyone in the front office was cheering for him.
And that's not all. How about Abdul Nader, Rookie of the Year this year in the D-League, and along with Marcus Georgeson and Jalen Jones, making that all D-League team as well.
Yeah, no big surprise for anyone that watched the Red Claws this season. Abdul Nader was far and away the best rookie in the D-League all season long. Some would even make the case that he was the MVP of the league. I mean, he had a great season for the Red Claws, averaging 21 points a game. Jalen Jones and Abdul Nader get named to the all-rookie team for the D-League, and of course Nader getting second team all D-League, and Jones and Georges Hunt named to the third team. Unbelievable year.
And now, Evans, it'll be interesting to see what really happens with some of the players that were drafted by the Boston Celtics. Abdul Nader, one of those draft and stash players, and then a player we saw right at the end of the season after his time in China, that being Guerschon Yabusele.
In my time with the Red Claws, I have not seen a player with as much hype as Guerschon Yabusele. He comes over, the first-round draft pick of the Celtics a year ago, comes over from China, and he jumps right onto this team, and he played at an unbelievable level. It was a very exciting thing to watch.
Well, now the D-League transitioning to the G-League as Gatorade about to take over.
Yeah, it's a really interesting time for this league as major changes are coming. The NBA Development League is changing to the NBA Gatorade League and will be called the G League, which is a big change, a big experiment that the NBA is trying. This is what they use this league for. And so this is going to be it's a really exciting time to be a part of this league. Nike coming in as now the new apparel for the league, also at the NBA level, and 3 more teams next year. There'll be 25 teams in the NBA Gatorade League for the 2017-18 season. So we're another step closer, 3 steps closer to that 30 for 30.
You know what I always appreciate about the Red Claws, always an exciting environment in the building. Scott Morrison is a terrific head coach, very well respected within basketball circles. His teams compete, they play hard, they're always in it. And Portland overall is just a really terrific community. They really put their arms around the Red Claws organization, and you sense that. I know our players and coaches, when they're here playing, really speak about the environment and the exciting atmosphere that they're able to play in front of, and that's important for us. You hear that talk throughout the league. They've certainly been one of the model franchises within our league, and Bill Ryan and Dwan Eubanks and the entire Red Claw staff certainly have done a terrific job during their tenure with the league and always provide a very exciting, engaging environment. And so we're grateful and we're thrilled to have them on board.
I think, what we've continued to see is the Celtics use our team much more to develop players. When we first started out, maybe we'd see 1 or 2 guys, and over the course of the past 3 years, I think we've seen every one of their draft picks. That's very exciting from a basketball standpoint, and I think it's exciting for our fans to get to see, guys that are going to be making real contributions to the Celtics up here playing at the Expo.
I think it gives fans an opportunity to see those up-and-coming rising stars, not only from the Celtics, but from other teams coming into the actual Expo as well. 40% of the players in the NBA have come through the D-League itself, and so every year we're continuing to grow in popularity with players choosing the route to go in order to get to the NBA.
A year or 2 later, you're like, wow, yeah, I remember that guy when he played, played for Sioux Falls, or I remember that guy when he played for, LA or whoever it might be.
Yeah, and the great thing about this is the influx of talent coming in, it's only going to continue to get better as guys see success taking this route to the NBA, and so it's an upside for everyone involved.
There's a great opportunity to utilize the Red Claws as part of a consistent program where we can send our players up to play, and you feel that they don't have to be reading the playbook on the drive up. It's not just about players, it's a chance for coaches to be able to coach their own teams, to have some autonomy in that. But clearly, we try to run the same systems on both sides of the ball. And then when Scott branches off in November, he's free to do what he wants to best fit his team, with the idea that he's going to have to be able to integrate some of our players ASAP. His job is very difficult in that regard. But Scott puts the same amount of time and investment into everybody on the team and has done that from day one.
I think in Scott's case, he's a perfect example of what the D-League can provide. 2.5, 3 years ago, he was an intern coach for us, and all of a sudden he comes back his next year as a head coach of the year. And so the opportunity for him to continue to advance his career is great and tremendous. And for us, that's only a tremendous benefit, considering that consistency is key.
From a Celtics perspective, Scott's added a ton of value because he worked with a lot of their rookies last year. Before the season, before training camp even started, a lot of those guys were living in Mass, and he was working with them. So, they really benefit from it too.
You can work on extra skill work and enhancement, maybe have a chance to practice a little bit more and get game action. We just don't get to practice here that much just because of how arduous the 82 game schedule is. And even when we do, if you're not in the rotation, you're not getting as many reps as the guys that are. And so ultimately, the best place for them to be conditioned, to get their game reps, and to continue getting better within our system is in Maine. When they get a chance to go up and play in Maine and they get a couple weeks under their belt and feel good about the way they play, they do come back with a little pep in their step. And they're also excited they're usually coming back for a reason, and that is they're probably right there knocking on the depth chart to be in that night. And so there's a lot of positives to that. They feel good, they're not rusty, and they've played well the last few times they've stepped on the floor. The NBA affiliation allows you to, bring those guys up in the middle of the year, and you can't do that with somebody that's playing, on a team in Europe or playing under contract somewhere else. And so that's a huge advantage. And, I would think that because of that relationship and because of the continued interest and the continued use of it within the NBA teams, it's just going to continue to, thrive and grow.
Our league is growing quickly, and as we grow, it's our family of partners and fans who help fuel that growth. And so that's one of the reasons why we're excited to be here. Again, the Red Claws have been one of our model organizations, and we're only in our 15th season. We are a young league, but things are changing rapidly within our league. It wasn't that long ago where the notion of one-to-one affiliations with an NBA parent club was more concept than anything else, and all of a sudden, for the first time, each of our 22 one-to-one affiliations this season, that's really exciting for us and really speaks to the growth that we're seeing within this league.
Can't wait until next season to experience all the Maine Red Claws action? Join Crustacean Nation by becoming an official season ticket holder. You'll receive a guaranteed seat for all 24 home games with further playoff options available, access to exclusive meet and greets with the players and coaching staff, discounts on any Red Claws merchandise and additional tickets, and much more. Not only that, but you'll experience a milestone next season, as the NBA Development League will become the NBA Gatorade League. With the league expanding and a surge of two-way NBA contracts, you can expect to see more talent from the NBA in the Portland Expo. For more information, head to MaineRedClaws.com or call the number below. Don't wait until next season to get in on all the fun. Reserve your seats today.
He is the Dancing Bear, Guerschon Yabusele. First off, welcome to Maine. How have you liked it so far?
Thank you. I mean, it's been a great city. It's not a big city, but it's been really great to be around the team, around those guys. Stay right here. I hear they have a good lobster, and I'm just happy to be here.
You tried the lobster?
Yeah, I tried the lobster last time, and it's really good. It's pretty good. I like it.
Nothing like that in France, right?
No, nothing.
Or China, I suppose, which is where you were playing.
China, it wasn't really the same, but it was kind of seafood too.
What was that experience like? You played professionally overseas in China this year.
I mean, that was a great experience for me. I learned a lot, offensive, defensively. My game's getting better. My shot was way better. I had to shot the three, and I had to be a playmaker over there, so I had to work a lot taking care of the ball and just make the play for the team.
A lot of people here, a lot of Celtics fans, they're all excited to see you. First-round draft pick last year in the draft. Take me through that draft. Were you expecting to get the call from the Celtics? What was the thought process going into the draft?
Nothing at all about the Celtics. I was supposed to be late first-round pick, so it was really a big surprise for me to take by the Celtics, but I'm really happy about it, really proud about it. It was like the best moment of my life, the draft, and my family was there, my husband was here, so it was really something special for me, and so far it's the best day of my life, and I'm really happy to be part of the Celtics. Daniel, we talk a lot, even in the summer league. He's the one who stay close to me with Austin Edge, talk to me about basketball and stuff I need to progress on, so it was really great for me.
What are they telling you that you need to work on right now?
My offensive play, like in the post-up, I need to be more stronger on the post-up, the rebound, aggressivity, energy, and I think it's the key, and that's what I need to be on the team.
What do you think about the level of play in the NBA Development League, the D-League?
That's a high level. I mean, the game is pretty fast. I never played this level before. It's not like French, not like China. It's really different game. But I need to learn quick and then just play my game, energy, grab rebound, and just help the team to win the game.
What kind of expectations do you have for yourself, for your career?
Be the energy guy. Help the team, offense, defense, make some shots when I'm open, and just try to help the team with the much game possible.
I got to ask about that nickname, the Dancing Bear. We've got this at Celtics summer camp.
Yes. In the summer league, there was a coach Shrewsbury, the coach assistant of the Celtics. He gave me the nickname because he said for my weight, I'm moving pretty fast, my feet's pretty quick, and so he gave me the name, and I think it's funny.
Who do you compare your game to? Is there someone that you kind of model your style of play after?
I think my game is compared to Draymond Green. Kind of the same energy guys, help the team, play good defense and offense, and grab the rebound, and just try to help the team win the game.
I am Lucky the Leprechaun, and I'm here with the Celtics dunk team, the best dunk team in the Northeast. We're a group of acrobats from a bunch of different walks of life, gymnasts, martial artists, free runners, and we all just came together with a love for Celtics, love for basketball, and decided we wanted to put on a show for the fans. Our goal is to bring some of that Garden energy up here to Portland, and I know you guys already put on a big show and have a great time and make a lot of noise, and we're just hoping to bump it up a little bit further. This is probably either my third or fourth time here. I love it. That's why I keep coming back. You guys just always are so welcoming. It's so much fun, and yeah, I love the energy here. One of my favorite things about coming up here is that there's a couple season ticket holders that have been at every single game that I've worked up here, and it's so cool that I've been able to develop a relationship with people that I really only see once or twice a season, but they remember me, I remember them. We always have a couple good laughs, and you know, it's cool to know that I have that connection in a city that I really only get to visit a handful of times a year. I'm sure a lot of people say it's the flip or the dunk, but honestly, it's the celebration after the dunk. I mean, just that sensation, high-fiving your teammates after a big dunk, that's what it's all about.
He's Demetrius Jackson, Boston Celtics draft pick, rookie. How's your season gone so far, your rookie campaign?
It's been a great learning experience to just learn from NBA greats like Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford, and be around the Celtics, and also be able to come down here and get live game reps and hang out with these guys and get better and develop.
So you had a great career at Notre Dame. You come out of there, take me through draft day. Only 60 guys get drafted. Yeah. You get the call in the second round. What was that day like for you?
It was an amazing day for me and my family. We were at Notre Dame up in the Purcell Pavilion up above in the there's a restroom area kind of where you can hang out. So we were up there, and whenever I got my name called, I was just really excited and just celebrating my family.
I always wonder, like people say they get the phone call from like Danny Ainge. Did you get that call before you were going to get drafted? Did you have any idea?
I got the phone call, yeah. I got the phone call beforehand, and then I got to see my name go up there. So, those are things you dream about as a little kid, so it was definitely really awesome.
And now this season, you've had a lot of playing time here with the Red Claws. What's that experience been like for you?
It's been great to come here for practices and games, and then in practices really working on my skill development, which I love so much, and then in games being able to utilize some of the things I've learned in the practices and put those forward on the game court.
Talk a little bit about the D-League. Is it what you expected? What were your expectations of the D-League coming into it?
I really had no expectations. I was just excited for the opportunity. I knew I would spend a lot of time here, so I really want to embrace it. And I think there's two ways you can go about it. You can go about it in a negative way or in a positive way. And usually when you come in a positive manner, positive things happen. So I try to come with a positive attitude.
When you come up to Maine from Boston, what are Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge telling you to work on? Is there anything specific? Is it just a matter of getting some repetition, some playing time, or what are you working on?
Yeah, a little bit of all the above, just getting repetition, but also just trying to work on the things I've been learning with the Celtics, such as icing ball screens, such as using the pick and roll, being able to make good reads. And so the guys here, Coach Scott, some of the assistants have really been able to help me do those things, as well as the players.
What's next for Demetrius Jackson? As year one's almost in the books, what's next for you?
Finish the season strong, just keep developing, hopefully lead this team, to a championship run here, and just have fun with it.
Great to see you, Demetrius Jackson, Boston Celtics, Maine Red Claws as well. Look who's in the house, Brian Scalabrine, Celtics legend. Thank you for joining us on Crustacean Nation today.
I'm so happy to be on Crustacean Nation.
What brings you up to the Expo today?
Well, we're doing a little appearance. Obviously, we have two guys from the Celtics that are down playing today, so I want to watch these guys play, and always trying to give support to our D-League guys. I'll get a chance to talk to some of the players in the locker room. They want to know, how did I grind out an 11-year NBA careers would just give them a little bit of advice.
You've always been an advocate for the D-League.
Yeah.
What do you see in the D-League that you think makes it so important?
Simple, opportunity to play. That's what it really comes down to. In the NBA, sometimes in the grind of the schedule, you might not always get a chance. There's 4 games in 5 nights back to back. Guys are taking rest days. But with all that being said, you get a chance to play real basketball. I always said when I retired and I joined the YMCA League, I played more 5-on-5 basketball that year than I did the previous 2 years playing in the NBA, because you just don't get the reps in practice when you're going through an NBA season.
So kind of a silly question, but do you wish that the D-League was as prevalent as it is now when you were playing?
I don't know, only because right when I got into the league as a second-round pick, I was a rotational player on that championship team with the Nets. So I had an opportunity to play right away. Later on in my career, when I wasn't getting as much time, it would have been interesting to use the D-League maybe to come back from injury or to sharpen your skills up a little bit.
Where do you see the future of the D-League going? Now it's, what, 40% of NBA players have played in this league. You look at the Celtics alone, it's like 4 or 5 guys have D-League experience.
Yeah, so to me, it's all about research and development, right? If you get, in 10 years, if one guy makes it and he becomes like a bona fide player on your roster, that investment is so worth it. So like I said, the return on investment for the Celtics, 1 out of 10. But if you're doing a really good job of drafting guys or stashing guys and getting guys to play here, it can really be beneficial to your team and having guys in your farm system. So I'm really excited. The new collective bargaining agreement has changed. There'll be 2 players that can play on the 2-way contract. So I'm excited about that because it really gives an opportunity for scouts and people who work all year long to have really a chance to keep a guy versus having to cut him and or put him overseas.
Well, we know there's a lot of people here that want to meet you, so we're going to let you go. Brian Scalabrine, thank you for joining us today.
I love Crustacean Nation.
Can't wait until next season to experience all the Maine Red Claws action? Join Crustacean Nation by becoming an official season ticket holder. You'll receive a guaranteed seat for all 24 home games with further playoff options available, access to exclusive meet and greets with the players and coaching staff, discounts on any Red Claws merchandise and additional tickets, and much more. Not only that, but you'll experience a milestone next season, as the NBA Development League will become the NBA Gatorade League. With the league expanding and a surge of 2-way NBA contracts, you can expect to see more talent from the NBA in the Portland Expo. For more information, head to MaineRedClaws.com or call the number below. Don't wait until next season to get in on all the fun. Reserve your seats today.
Now when I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. We on the main stage, we on the same page. We getting buckets, baby, put it on the replay. Ay, ay, put it on the replay. Ay, ay, put it on the replay. Go red. Go white, go red, go white, go red, go white, go red, go white. Now when I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. We got the best fans in the league, standing ovation. Clap, clap, bravo. Shout out to Crustacean Nation, defeating any teams we be facing. We the best, man, face it. So go red, go white, go red, go white, go red, go white, go red, go white. Now when I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws. When I say red, y'all say claws. Red claws, red claws.
Thank you, Crustacean Nation. Just want to take the time out to say thank you to all the Maine Red Claws fans.
Hey, Crustacean Nation, just wanted to say thank you for being the best fans in the D-League, and a lot of our success is a tribute to you guys for the support.
Thanks, Crustacean Nation, for all your support this season.
Thanks to all the fans for all the support, all the love, each and every game. It's been really big. It's been really helpful to all our successes, so thank you guys.